All right, we're going to try something new. I've got the Khan Academy lined up on my screen, and we're going to see if we can do our practice problems from Khan Academy instead of me making new ones. These problems involve estimating the center using dot plots. So we're going to see what that means. We know what the dot plot means. Here is a dot plot. Actually, there's three of them showing the number of injured Tornado players and the number of injured Cardinal players and the number of injured Bulldog players. And the dot plots show we want to find the order of least to greatest the number of injuries per team. Well, the dot plot shows injuries of players 0 to 5 players. You can see this one shows that 5 players didn't get injured, and 0 players, 1, 2, 3, and 4, got injured. Typically, it was 3 players were hurt. This one shows a more balanced, little bit of each type of player gets injured. And this one shows a lot of games with no one injured, a lot of games with 1, a lot of games with 2, and they have 1 game with 5. So we want to find the order the team from least to greatest injuries. So if we look at this one has a lot of the injuries between 1 and 4, mostly at 3. This one shows they're all equally balanced. Well, if they're all equally balanced, that's probably going to be in the middle. So there's 0s is likely to happen as 5, 1 is 4. And we have this one. Lots of 0 injuries happening, a lot of 1s, a lot of 2s. Not very many injuries are happening in this one, so we're going to drag this up to the top. And we're going to say that is the least likely injury. This one, they're all kind of across the board evenly. So that's in the middle. So that'll be our second one. And this one, they are all shifted a little more to the right. So we'll call that the most. So let's check on that. And we got it. Our next question is same type of thing. Mrs. Munoz had students in 3 class periods write essays for a diagnostic test. The following dot plots show the scores from each class. We want to order them from least to greatest again. So if we look at their scores, typically 2, 3, 4, and 5 are their scores with lots of 3s. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This one shifted a little more to the left, and this one's a little more to the right. And this is pretty much down the middle. So since this is pretty much down the middle, with everything more centered around 3, and everything balanced, it's got to be the middle one. This one, everything is more to the left of the graph, which are the smaller numbers. So that has to be the smaller one. So since 1, 2, 3, the ones smaller occur the most, that's going to be our least. Okay, so that is our least. These are all to the right where the bigger numbers are, so that is going to be our most. So we have left, centered, and right. We have least, moderate middle, and right most. Okay. Okay, it already started this lesson, so let's do a couple more and keep growing. Let's do a couple more of these. As long as I have you on the video. Can't level up, but who cares? You guys can. Okay. Using the following dot plot, the mass in kilograms of each of 46 kittens, there's 46 kittens in there, adopted from an animal shelter each month. Each dot represents a different kitten. So there's all the weights of each kitten. Which of the following is a typical mass for a kitten? So if you want a typical mass for a kitten, typical mass for kittens are numbers that are in the middle there. So any of these numbers right around there should be typical masses for kittens. This is not a typical mass. These kittens are a little scrawny, and 3.8, that'd be a chubby kitty, and so on. So let's see, 1.8. 1.8 is right here. That seems pretty typical. 2.2, nope. That seems we're getting a little bit on the chubby kitty side. It's not a typical side. 3.8. No, way over here. That's our fat cat. Nothing wrong with a fat cat. They're cuddly. And 4.6 off the trail. So that one's a little bigger. So typically 1.8. Come on, choose it. There we go. 1.8 would be our answer. Okay. Here's putting things in order again. We have the dot plot that shows the number of people at Kingsley's Bingo Hall. Always fun at Kingsley's on 3 different nights. Order them from least to greatest number of people per table. Okay. So if we look at this, we have a lot of it 0 and some shifted this way. We have a lot of shifted to the right. So this one seems like it has the most on the big numbers. This one is typically like this one, except it's balanced off like this. So this one might be kind of in the middle. And this one, we have some in the middle and to the left. So I would say this is definitely the most because they're all shifted to the right. Now we have least shifted a little bit like this. Now comparing these two, this has a lot of zeros, not as many zeros. This has some here. This has more there. I would say this is probably least than that. Hopefully we're right. And we are. Okay. Next question. The following dot plot shows the cavities of Dr. Vance's 6 patients last month. Each dot represents a different patient. Well, if Dr. Vance was a better dentist, we wouldn't have any cavities, would we? So Dr. Vance had 63 patients last month, and here are the number of cavities. I would say the middle for the cavity should be somewhere like that. Maybe 2, 3, 4 should be probably some good answers. Dr. Vance. Dr. Vance should strive to get all of his people with 0 cavities. Maybe his people are lazy and they don't like to brush their teeth. Who knows with Dr. Vance? Good guy here. Okay, which of the following is a typical for cavities? Well, 2 cavities. Yeah, it seems to be right in the mix there. 5 cavities. Maybe on the edge a little bit. 7 cavities, way too many. Dr. Vance is better than that. So of the one answers 2 or 5, let's look at these. Oops. I don't want to be on screen. Whoa, what am I doing? Ooh. So of the answers 2 or 5, which one seems to be where the most amount of people are located? Well, everyone seems to be around in here where 2 is. 5 is a little to the right of that, so I'm going to go with 2. That seems more typical. And good. And our last one we're going to do for practice is, here's another dot plot. Shows the number of chocolate chips in each cookie that Sean has. Each dot represents a cookie. After this, I'm going to call Sean and get some cookies. I'm hungry. Okay, if we look, typical number of cookies Sean has, I would say, would be right around there. These are a little less cookies, a little cheap on the cookies. These are a little too chocolatey. So let's see, Sean 2. No, not enough chips. 5. Ooh, right in the good middle. And 10. Not a little too chocolatey. We're not going to choose that, so we'll go with 5. Hopefully this helped you with the video. Hopefully you watch this video before you do the problems, or you might struggle a little bit with this. I like doing Khan Academy on this. I think we might try this again a little bit later. And seeing how we did Khan Academy on here, you may have seen some of these problems, and they might help you on your exit ticket. Good luck with your homework. Make sure you get it done. Got a great rap video for you if you get all your work done this week. So get started.